The music is down. I am now up, and you will now hear potentially some sounds of the league client as both teams start to get ready for drafting. But yep, I am your host. As I say, vodcasting, I forgot to change the time. Oh well. Anyway, it was meant to be. What day is it today? It's Sunday, and it is 1800 GMT. There we go. Boom. Easy change. Anyway. Um, but still, hello everyone. It is I, Atomica, and unfortunately, I'm on my own today. I am on my own, so it's gonna be a fun one. But we are just waiting now, I think, for Phoenix Ascension to ready up or Crescent Solari, one of the two. Nevertheless, um, yeah, we're waiting just for the teams to ready up. I don't really know what to expect. From both teams. Phoenix Ascension did have a 1-1 draw. Hang on. Yeah. Um, yeah. It was. Never mind. But yeah, we are literally sat here waiting. I'm also probably gonna be a little bit AFK because I am currently watching the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix on my phone in front of me. So just if there's any moments of silence, it is because something really interesting is happening in the Formula One, and I'm intently watching it because I'm a big Formula One fan, like absolutely massive. Okay, nice. Okay, never mind. They've started draft. Oh, and there we go. Transition. So yeah, the draft music can go a little bit up. I think I need to go a little bit closer to my screen or close to my microphone as the Jinx is banned away. A very solid ban, obviously from literally any perspective. Jinx is an extremely potent hyper carry at the moment and has been performing extremely well. The highest presence, I think the presence across all leagues is 89% in professional play, professional tier or professional level of play. As Crescent Solari quickly respond with a Vigar ban, or Vagar, however you want to say it. You can say it either way, not too bothered. And we'll see what Phoenix Ascension opt to ban. They opt to ban the Akali. Akali, a very annoying assassin. to go against. Extremely mobile, has that invisibility, as the Hecarim is banned away by Crescent Solari. Crescent Solari, obviously knowing who to target, what to target, and why to target them. The Hecarim ban, obviously Hecarim extremely good right now. As Trundle, Phoenix Ascension have been watching Crescent Solari videos. They must have been. The Trundle ban against, I believe it's Ready in the jungle. As Crescent Solari ban away the Akshan, leave it open Vombatus Ursinus' literal Scion one trick. Is it? Yeah. Vombatus Ursinus, literally a Scion OTP, and he gets his Scion. So it's going to be interesting to see how Phoenix Ascension managed to pick around that and play it, or how Crescent Solari play around that fact that that Scion has indeed been picked. So they picked the Gnar and Viego. Yes, it is CoraL content, Ioria. It is indeed, I know. Interesting. As the Gnar and Viego picked for Crescent Solari, Gnar, Viego extremely well together. The slow on Gnar just sets up really well for Viego. The Heartbreaker slow sets up really well for Gnar. They complement each other extremely well. As the Kai'Sa and Nautilus is locked in for Phoenix Ascension. Kai'Sa and Nautilus, a very potent duo. You know, Nautilus, a lot of CC, can start stacking that plasma extremely quickly. Really no need to question anything as to why that bot lane duo has been picked, as the Braum is brought in by Crescent Solari. Honestly, I don't particularly like this Braum pick, I must admit. I think it's a bit premature. But who else do you pick? Do you pick the AD carry and allow supports to be banned away? Do you pick do you pick something else? What else do you pick at the support role? I'm not too sure, but I feel like the Braum pick is a little bit premature, but we will see how it pans out, as the bans are coming in thick and fast. Crescent Solari banning away Victor and Jarvan. Phoenix Ascension banning away Lucian and Ahri. So Ashe Braum. Okay, now I understand why the Braum was picked. Ashe, good. Has a decent bit of range. Can poke out the Kai'Sa with the volleys. Braum sets up really well. And Ashe as well, very auto-attack based. Can start popping off those Braum stacks very, very quickly, especially with the Q reset. As Ashe, yeah. And it's looking like the Ashe's going to get responded to with Vex, and then an insta-lock of Xin Zhao. So it seems like they were more questioning who to pick for the mid lane, rather than the jungle. The jungle was a set on site for Phoenix Ascension. So they picked the Xin Zhao. The Vex, though, coming in. I mean, Crescent Solari definitely have picked the... I mean, I questioned the Braum pick, but now it's really good. Just purely because you've got a lot of dive on the side of Phoenix Ascension. Now there's a real, like, probably one of the best anti-divers. And there we go. And there's no way that Crescent Solari are listening in, because they picked Malzahar. As soon as I said there's a lot of dive on the side of Phoenix Ascension. So Malzahar, extremely strong against these sorts of champions. Just presses R, can lock down one or two of the players. One or two, lock down one player and make them unable to play the game unless they they buy QSS, of course. So we will just wait now for the players to start the game, get the draft over with in the draft, and I'm going to now talk to my very existent co-caster. What do you think of the draft? Thank you very much for your thoughts. Yeah, that's me. That's my attempt at being funny. I will now mute myself for the remainder of the stream. Thanks very much for having me, guys. It was great. It was a great day out. Thank you. I'll go back in my cage now. But in all seriousness, just gotta wait for Crescent Solari to give the ready, to get the go ahead. But yeah, we are... Fulminare, I would like to give a little shout out to. Oh, poll for winner. Yeah, Matt, you are correct. You are indeed correct. Let me bring open a new Firefox tab because my chat on my OBS is actually not the right thing. So you will have just seen a little new tab of my. So let's do poll. Enter. Who win? Who will win game 1? PXA or I need to change the stream title, by the way. I opened up, did not change stream title, and then closed it as if I did. So I will open the poll for 3 minutes. You're scared. Good to know. There we go. We will now ask the question of who wins game number 1. Personally, I think I actually don't know what to think. I think if Phoenix Ascension get off, they do really well with a pick. You know, Xin Zhao Flash ult is going to be extremely strong to pick off maybe a Viego, the Gnar, just someone that's a little bit too pushed up for comfort. As well, the Flash ult, Malzahar is going to respond with an ultimate himself. So it would mean that there's no damage dealt by Malzahar ult. But then again, Present Solari then, do you have a lot of good collapse? Well, not collapse, but sort of turnaround. You know, Braum with his ult, Malzahar with his ult, Ashe with her ult. Literally any ultimate on their team. It's gonna be. It's actually, you know, just purely off draft. I cannot tell who will win. Normally I can give good reasons why. Well, as I'm doing, I give a good reason why PXA could win. But Crescent Solari or CS, I can vote for. I can't vote for a drop. Well, yeah, because. Fine, I will give you an. We will have one vote for a draw. There we go. There is one vote for a draw. So there is 2 votes for Phoenix Ascension. There is 3 votes for Crescent Solari, and there is 1 vote for a draw. Yes, a draw in League of Legends, a stalemate. Please don't, guys. That will make my life. That will make my life a bit of a misery on cast, because I will have to somehow, you know, keep people entertained, meanwhile not being entertaining myself. And if the gameplay is shit, sorry, the gameplay is not standard, then I will just collapse and my brain will fundamentally just go, right, let's watch the Formula 1 instead. Lisk is the main character of Among Us. Does that mean that he is the imposter? Does that mean that he is sus? So, who will win game 1 at the end of the poll? So, I saw the countdown of 3, 2, 1 and I got excited to get into the game, but then I remembered spectator delay. Lovely. Crescent Solari wins with 67% of the votes. Oh no, sorry. It'll be like 60% of the votes because there was 1 vote for a draw. So we will see who wins. I personally think that the draw is gonna be the winner. God. Yeah. Braum pick is a bit sus. Yeah, that's what I thought at first. Thank you, Iori. I know, I thought I'd just, you know, rack up the votes for the draw. The Braum pick is yeah, I thought that at first, to be honest. But then I realised, like, actually, no, it's kind of good. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of really like Braum here. So I can definitely see both sides of the argument. I'm personally on the side of Braum pick not sus. But as I said, I know it's a very politician-like answer of I can see the other side, but I'm on this side. I'm not really willing to say anything, truly damning on stream. Oh. Okay. Just witnessed, sorry, just so if any of you hear me go, oh, and there's nothing going on, it is because I am, on my phone right in front of me, I do have on the Formula 1, as I said earlier. So, I just witnessed Esteban Ocon just decide that he did not want to use the track anymore. He went a little wide. But anyway, 5 seconds, well, 6 seconds until we can get into the game. Finally. And honestly, yeah, as I said, I cannot tell, purely from Champ Select, I cannot tell who is going to win. This is going to come down to how each team plays the composition that they have drafted. And if they play it well, then if both teams, unironically, if both teams play their composition well, this game is going to be an absolute banger of a game. It's going to be so good. Actually, it is going to be so incredibly good. So we will transition now to the loading screen so you guys can see what they're planning, seemingly what the plans are for each team. And just so you know, Nah has taken Fleet Footwork with Resolve Secondary. There's a Malzahar in the game, it can't be good. Not sure how far I agree with that one. Don't do the funky glitch. Please, guys. There must be a pause or something. I will... Riska's taken the Predator rune. He is a Predator. It's already cursed. Right. A little bit of technical difficulties, everyone. Please stand by. Luckily, I have one of the players on my friends list, so I can hopefully hop straight back in. Which is, ironically, no, I can't make that funny. It's not a funny joke. So you will see the black screen for a little while. Extremely sorry about this. League of Legends client deciding that it does not want to work with me today. It worked in the vodcast, it just didn't work. It doesn't work in the livecast as usual. There we go. We are up and away, and there is the zoom out. Boom. So, I don't think we're going to be seeing any funny Scion builds. I think it is just going to be your regular tank Scion. Interestingly enough, not taking the Doran shield. And honestly, I'm not great silent from CoraL. I'm sorry, Bombatus Ursinus, you have officially been banned by moderators. Oh shit. by order of the by order of the peaky CoraL admins. You are now banned. I remember AP Scion. I think was it Zwag did a video on AP Scion and then never touched the build again. And he did it in normals against. That is true. Why would you not want to see Scion breakdance with every auto? As we now see Titus giving off a fat leash to Ready, trying to give him a little bit of extra help. Yeah, a little bit of extra help to get a little bit further ahead than the Zin, as the Zin has only now just completed his blue buff, but did start the Gromp early. So I think all's well that ends well in that scenario. As Ash struggling to farm up a little bit. As Mistletoe, also known as Fulminare. I'm not sure which one he wants me to call him. I will say for this game, I will ask him for game number 2. I will call him Fulminare. Actually, no, I'll probably call him Mistletoe. As AJ Styles manages to finally engage onto Power Spiked, and Power Spiked does take a lot of damage, but a lot of damage in return. As there is the auto Q from Mistletoe. There. Yep. It is indeed AJ Styles with Nautilus. He is going to try and style on some people. As Titus now in the 1v1 against Bombardus does have the Gnar form and does take him down to extremely low amount of HP. There. Oh god. That McLaren is so slow. Anyway, yeah. Top lane for Phoenix Ascension, completely shoved in. Titus doing his best on the Gnar, the lane bully. As Miaichi, there you go. Miaichi is going to look for a gank. He's going to get spotted out by the minions. There is the Braum Q. Actually does opt to just walk at the Braum and Ash, so it's really I think it's to help shove this lane in, give Mistletoe and AJ a little bit of breathing room. Or maybe just to facilitate an invade. Or the grab. I mean, it is the grabbing of the Scuttle Crab. I'm not particularly sure the idea of that lane gank. It's too high elo for me, as there's the hook by AJ. There is the Braum shield. There's the stun. The flash away by AJ, but it's not going to be enough. There's the ignite going down. There is no heal. Mistletoe decided to take the cleanse. And there is the first blood onto just Gino. And the W coming in, Power Spike is just going to body block that for his AD carry. And just Gino really, well, I think it was Ready that facilitated that. Just hovering over his bot lane, knowing that AJ was, well, not knowing, but maybe sensing that AJ was going to be a little bit more aggressive. Thanks to the fact that his jungler has just ganked, or has just looked for a gank. And that hover there just facilitating the kill. So first blood over to Crescent Solari, and that's really big, I think, because if you can absolutely murder, as the WQ from Power Spike does actually miss. That's a flash forward by Mistletoe. The heal coming out from just Gino does mean that the Kai'Sa does not pick up the kill, and the flash over the wall by Ready as Miyachi closes, well, yeah, just kind of shuts the door on that gank by Ready by just being there. As Lisk loses his passive. You can see Mistletoe really trying hard to push in this wave. Try and get that wave shoved in. Try and get a nice base off. But Ready is here and waiting. Gino as well. Gino and Power Spike cancelling their recalls. Mistletoe does get hit with the Ash slow. And AJ is just going to, I think, sacrifice himself for the greater good, really. so that his AD carry can get out, and that is just true support gameplay that we have seen. Ready, absolutely ready to terrorize this bot lane. I'm sorry. But it is classic Viego. Yeah, they were not ready for that at all. And it is an unfortunate scenario for AJ to be in, because now he's down in levels, he's down almost in tempo. Compared really just to the entirety of Crescente Solari. The Nautilus wants to try and get those either mobility boots early, or wants to just try and unlock himself on the map, start really never fucking mind. As AJ just pops up and kills Ready, and then Lisk being there trying to hover for his jungler whilst the bot lane reset. It was a very greedy play to go for the Drake by Ready. And AJ and Mistletoe just punish it, and that was absolutely disgusting how much damage that Void Seeker did, despite the only Noon Quiver. But nevertheless, big kills for Phoenix Ascension in this scenario, allowing themselves to sort of get back into the game and also get the gold where it's needed to, because Phoenix Ascension, I can say this now, because actually no I can't, because AMX are watching. God damn it. Phoenix Ascension getting the gold where they need to. You know, Mistletoe's proving himself against the Firelights as well to be quite a good carry player, especially if he can get those resources. So getting one of those kills onto this Kai'Sa, not necessarily a bad thing. Ready though here now with Titus. Titus starting to engage onto Van Barta's business. He still has that. He does not have the devastating charge or whatever it's called. But he just walks away. No flash needed, knowing that those plated steel caps coming in extremely handy for him. The bonus resistance, or the bonus damage reduction to the auto attacks, really helping there. As we see now, Miyachi gonna potentially look for an engage there as the hook somehow threads the needle. There's the flash forward by Miyachi, but it doesn't matter. Minion comes to the rescue as Kai'Sa goes in, but there's the stun, and oh no, Mistletoe just being absolutely clowned by the layering of CC. And, you know, Miyachi now gonna look for something. There's the airborne, fantastic hook by AJ, and he picks himself up a nice double kill, plus the shutdown. And, I mean, you know, you could definitely see what Mistletoe was doing there. You could definitely see that he was what he was looking for. But it, like, you have to remember the Kai'Sa ultimate is classed as a dash and not a teleport. It's really quite hard to see the point of that as Ready is there, and a fantastic flash by Van Bart's. But Gnar, Gunny was trying to use the Gnar as Nicholas Latifi has crashed out. He's done that twice now at Jeddah. Sorry, you'll hear random intermittents of Formula 1 as Terrela, there's the flash and there's the ultimate. I mean, there's just really no point doing anything if you're Terrela. But they did burn the flash and the ultimate of Lisk, but still, nevertheless, Crescent Solari do get the kill. As there's the flash forward by AJ, the auto hit, and the aftershock proc getting the kill. And I'm surprised that AJ did not opt for the glacial augment. As as his choice rune. But still, nevertheless, another kill going away of Phoenix Ascension. And, you know, as Core JJ or Ole, or probably most supports you'd ever ask, says it's not bad for the support to get some kills and get the gold, because it does unlock them on the map a lot quicker. Now, look, you can see the difference. Power Spiked has completed the plated steel caps, but only has double armor. So compared to Nautilus, AJ Styles, who now has got the Locket of the Iron Solari. And the stats that the Locket of the Iron Solari is going to give is probably not equivalent to, but just it's got to give in the shield that it gives. It's probably a lot better than the plated steel caps and double armor of Power Spikes right now. Still, nevertheless. Phoenix Ascension, go look for a hook. There's AJ. He's going face first. There's the Ash and Enchanted Crystal. There's the double stun, but a big flea from CoraL. But Miyachi accidentally using that ultimate, almost giving him a way out, but nevertheless, Mistletoe finding himself a double kill. Big double kill for the side of Phoenix Ascension and Crescent Solari. Having to sort of run away with a tail between their legs. They thought they had something there. A big stun onto AJ. But shield after shield kept him healthy, and there was no real focus for Crescent Solari to pop any of the Phoenix Ascension team. So a 2-0 in the end, and now we see the power of Kai'Sa in the 1v1. Oh, it's 1 HP, but there's the flash, and Mistletoe, knowing that he can just go through the tower. There's the issue. Ash without Enchanted Crystal Arrow cannot do much of anything. Especially if they get on top.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Yeah. Nothing much happening now at the moment. You know, obviously it's just the two teams trying to gain control of their lane states. Both players, or both sets of teams, obviously wanting their wave states to be absolutely fine. Von Bart's Assertionist has been slowly but surely chunked. By this now. And slowly but surely, the now has been whittling away at the HP bar and trying to get those kills, but can't find any way as CoraL just walks straight into the Viego. And Ready XD picks up the kill. Malzahar really playing that supportive role in the mid lane well with that Malzahar pick. Using that ultimate, not afraid to even flash forward for it. So you now hear the charge from the Mecha Zero Scion. Gonna come in. Titus is in mini Narf form. There's the slow, but nothing much else will come of it. And I think it's resumed back to normal scheduling for the top lane, where the Scion does indeed get harassed out of lane by Titus, as Titus comes in with the Mega Gnar. He is tanking up tower. There's the big stun and there's the big Gnar. AJ Styles, though, however, in the bot side. There's the ult forward by Mistletoe, or ult to get a better positioning against Power Spikes. But nevertheless, AJ is still there. Does not have that locket yet. And it's the shutdown over to Power Spikes. And there's the hook landed by Ready XD. But Miyachi is here. There's the ultimate to try and isolate the Viego. The Viego is forced to use the Heartbreaker as Miyachi picks up the kill. But is stunned up for so long is the Xin Zhao. Not sure what he was stunned up for so long for. By actually, it was the layering of CC from the Braum stacks, I believe. Oh, no, not the Braum stacks, sorry, the the Enchanted Crystal Arrow and the stun from Ready XD, stunning him up for such a long time. And, fights breaking out all over the map. Still, Mistletoe hangs on to this 400 gold bounty, seemingly no matter what. Yeah, no matter what Crescent Solari do, Mistletoe just won't die. We see potentially a kill here for Mistletoe, but he is just going to end up basing in the bush. There's Gino now. It's going to find him, but it's not... Oh, never mind, Mistletoe. That one last auto attack, good enough to finish off the kill. And it's now looking like an extremely solid game for Phoenix Ascension. They have got the gold. Well, the gold is extremely filtered, though. If we take a quick look at the gold, as we see Bombardus just getting hit down by Narn, it's exactly what you expect to happen. But all the gold is in one place, really. It's in this bot lane. Both the Kai'Sa and the Nautilus. As there is the cleanse from Mistletoe. So he's forced to cleanse the Enchanted Crystal, and a fantastic airborne by AJ cancels out the Never Grasp with a big flea, and there's the kill. CoraL finds the kill onto Lisk. A TP coming in from Bombardus. He does have the Devastating Charge. Power Spike is going to be the one to 10 that, and there's the Vex Ultimate. The airborne, the heal is not enough, and Mistletoe is absolutely dominating. 7 kills already, keeping up well with the CS grind as well. And you know what Crescent Solari thought they had was a pick onto Mistletoe, I believe it was, but in the end, Phoenix Ascension were waiting in the wings. They were, well, ironic, a Phoenix waiting in the wings, but you know, the rest of Mistletoe's team waiting there for him just to bait them in, and manages to find that kill. As just Gino now gonna use those auto attacks, poke down Bombardus a bit, but he's bringing his health back up as Mistletoe just gets absolutely decimated out of nowhere by Titus with that Gnar, and Ready XD's got to find the kill onto AJ. That's Intel Ultimate Demon doing so much for his team, though, as Lix manages to find the DPS onto the Xin Zhao, and the Scion has turned into zombie form, but there is the clean ace for Crescent Solari. Not much that Phoenix Ascension could do. They didn't have the cooldowns. All of them were burnt. And just goes to show that even though you can find all these picks and get all these fights, just one bad fight can really change the pace of the game. And now we see the tier 2 of the mid lane go down to Crescent Solari. And Crescent Solari are going to pick themselves up as well the tier 1 on the bot side of the map, just opening up so much more deeper vision, so much more ways that they can play the game and collapse on Phoenix Ascension and deny them so many resources as well, and the resources that they need to potentially win this game, as Mistletoe just decides that Lisk doesn't deserve life anymore. I believe he hit the Void Seeker, used that killer instinct or natural instinct, whatever the thing is called, whatever the ability is called, and finished off that kill. As AJ now has got to find himself the hook onto Power Spiked, and you know, the team may not think that that's a very good pick, but nevertheless the Braum has been picked. He's got to actually flash over the wall. No auto attack coming in from CoraL. It was an empowered auto attack, and everything was used there by AJ. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to land onto Bombardus Ursinus as Crescent Solari do manage to find their retreat, as the Xin Zhao does opt to go in, stunned up under tower, forced to use the ultimate as the tier 1 falls. And there seems to be that little bit of disconnect as well in Phoenix Ascension, you know, Miyachi wanting to be that aggressive player, wanting to go in, wanting to find those engages, where the rest of his team were just like, no, it's seeming like, no, let's just take the tower, play it slow, we can take the tower, as the Everfrost does land onto Titus, does not allow him to utilise that Gnar form anymore. Big airborne, flee and stun. And game number 1's already spicy enough as it is. Let's wait for game 2. Gee. But Titus now gonna utilize the fact that there is no tier 1, gonna bully down Vombartus, and there's so much attack speed, so many ways for him to constantly poke down at this Scion. And there's the ultimate, but it was cancelled onto Mistletoe. As Titus gonna come in, there is the flash stun, the cleanse ultimate from Mistletoe. He is flashing that as well. And there is the plasma explosion, the ultimate coming out from Xin Zhao. And there we go, Vombartus is going to find a kill. He's going to find himself actually a double kill as AJ Styles is onto Power Spike now. The depth charge coming in. Auto attack is going to root up again. And Mistletoe is there. And he's extremely low. He's actually going to fall to the burn. But it doesn't matter. He doesn't actually manage to pick himself up the assist onto Lisk. But it doesn't matter. Just Gino. Ironically, it is just Gino for Crescent Solari left between Phoenix Ascension and seemingly the early Baron. 22 minutes in. The Hawkshot got to find out it's on 9,000 HP. AJ just playing the warding game. The human ward support. And it is just seemingly like... This is Phoenix Ascensions for the taking. No blast cone for just Gino to attempt to do anything. There's no way a volley can steal this away from Phoenix Ascension, and it didn't. And now Baron is Phoenix Ascensions. And I do believe they actually managed to wait as well the Kai'Sa respawn. So the Kai'Sa does indeed have the Baron buff as well. Drake up in 35 seconds. That's going to be an extremely interesting proposition, as it is soul point for Phoenix Ascension. We'll see the hook just short by AJ. Can see Crescent Solari trying their best to form a death push, but Power Spike trying to move towards the back, got spotted out. Now the boomerang is gonna. Now they're gonna know that CoraL is in there. Well, potentially not just CoraL, but they're gonna think that somebody's in there. There's the hawk shot. They're gonna identify where 3 of Phoenix Ascension are. As there's the enchanted Crystal Arrow. It is the engagement. CoraL has been found on the backline, but Miyachi has been ulted in by. Ulted by the Malzahar, can't do anything, but it doesn't even matter. Mistletoe untouched, hardly any damage whatsoever. Titus is the only man standing, and he's got to leap away as the Cloud Soul goes to Phoenix Ascension. And Crescent Solari, Gino just positioned himself, I think, a little bit too forward. There, managed to get caught out by that Xin Zhao, by the Kai'Sa, and it meant that death was upon him extremely quickly, and as realistically one of the only decent damage sources for Crescent Solari, the positioning of this Ashe is extremely invaluable for their team. And here's where the Braum pick is questioned, because if it was maybe something like a Thresh or even a Tahm Kench, then the Ashe positioning won't be as pivotal to the team fight, and would deny quite a lot of dive potential. As the Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes wide, lots of TP up by Lisk. Yeah, the Braum pick was a sus pick, but I can definitely see why they went with it. So it's not a case of, it was a bad pick or whatever. It's just, was it the best pick for what you saw at the time? And I believe what they saw at the time was Sion, Kai'Sa, Nautilus. They opted for Braum. I assume that it was because of the shield, the Unbreakable. But I don't think that is enough to warrant dedicating a Braum, as Miyachi manages to find himself ulted by the Miles of Heart, and a fantastic ultimate by Miyachi. He's just going to block all of the burn damage realistically, but CoraL is going to get picked off himself. As now Mistletoe is on the backline while Bartos is trying to pick onto Titus. Miyachi is dead actually, and now the Viego does have the resets. That's very bad. And a good cleanse by Mistletoe does deny the Viego another reset. And here is where now it is just not even a team diff, not even a draft diff. It is just a pure and utter wallet diff. You know, the wallets are just too different. The wallets are just too big on the side of Phoenix Ascension. And it is going to be a bit of a miracle for Crescent Solari if they can bring it back. But nevertheless, we will see so. Give me a moment. There we go. Just gotta shut my door. No. But yeah, 5,000 gold difference. He's amounted to. Yeah, the difference so far. But and as well now, I guess the early winnings of Crescent Solari are now coming really to bite them, because if they would have left it, then they would have had the tier 1 of the bot lane, tier 1 of top lane, tier 1 of mid lane, all under objective bounties. But, you know, at the time it was obviously the right call, and you're not going to say, oh, well, what if we need objective bounties? Let's leave the tier 1. As AJ now is about to walk into one of the biggest traps of the season, but never mind, Titus went a little bit too early, big stun coming out. The Brawn passive is almost there, and there is the Brawn passive, and there's the stun. Titus picking up that kill for his team. Pings are going out everywhere, don't know where to defend, don't know where to go. And it seems like Baron is being threatened. It is up now. And if Phoenix Ascension can stall, then, you know, the Elder, they can threaten just flipping the Elder for the Baron, or the trade of the Elder for the Baron. 5k now, the health bar falls down. Doing a flash stun by Titus onto 2. It's onto CoraL and Miyachi, the 2 probably that you probably didn't need to get. But still, nevertheless, it's good to get. As Reddy misses the Q, but there's the ultimate from Lisk before he. Well, that was definitely a Miles of Heart ultimate there. Now CoraL is on the retreat, and he just retreated straight towards Bombartus Esnus, who was on the split push. If he retreated the other way, it probably would have been a different story right now. There's the silence. There's the unstoppable. Can't be disabled, and he is actually going to manage to get himself out. TP coming in from Titus to try and chase this Scion down. But Scion having absolutely none of it. He's just got to go away. He's just going to run away, and he's just going to think, haha, why are you being... Never mind. Big 700 gold shutdown going over to Titus. As Bombartus Ursinus falls, even in zombie Scion form. Wow, okay, never mind. AJ just got absolutely obliterated before the Elder fight has even begun. And now this is absolutely terrible for the side of... Oh, CoraL opts to go in. He manages to find a big shutdown onto the Viego. Kaiser Mistletoe popping in as well, but not going to do much. The Maw of Malmortius not going to allow anything. And just Gino really popping off in these fights. Does not give an inch. Does not give anything as the Wind Become Lightning does miss. The Blade of the Ruined King proc is going to happen. Pings are onto the Elder. Vombatus Ursinus is in the top side, dealing as much damage as he can to this tower. Let's find out how much damage is on the tower, and he's going to take it. As the Elder now, the power spike's actually falling very low. 3k. Lisk is there, ready to keep this Scion down, or he's going to do what he can. As the Scion has now, well, the Elder Drake, I should say, has now been complete. Now been finished, and this is going to be the end, I think, for Vombatus Ursinus. He's going to use the ultimate. There's the Airborne, and just before the Elder buff went off, Lisk falls, meaning it didn't proc, and now there's the Elder on the zombie Scion form. And oh my lord, this is probably the craziest game, the craziest ocean game I've probably ever seen. In that it's just so back and forth. You know, Phoenix Ascension had this mid game, they had it on lockdown, and then suddenly it's reached 30 minutes, and Crescent Solari have said it is now time to play League of Legends how we want to play it. Now they're playing along how they want to play it, not how they think they should be playing it. It is a big difference, as you can see. AJ Styles going in, does not manage to accomplish anything. There's the Kaiser double kill. There's the hook by Reddy as he takes over the Nautilus as Titus picks up that kill, and it's a triple kill for the Ashe. Pings going down left and right. What do you want to do, guys? Make the decision. The TP's coming in. Looks like they're going to look for the finish. They still have Elder. And what could have been a win for Phoenix Ascension looks almost as if it has been thrown away here. As there's a big Q actually coming out by Vombatus. Ursinus does find himself the kill onto Titus. But there's the Elder. 10 seconds until AJ's alive. 10 seconds until Miyachi's alive. And is it enough? Is it enough for the end? Reddy's just going to tank up. He does have that Guardian Angel ready. Can use it to reset the aggro. Has used it to reset the aggro. As Power Spike is going to be the first one to fall. Miyachi's going in. CoraL is back up and available to help with this base defense. As the Flash Wind become lightning, the Everfrost is going to miss the heal onto Reddy. Does mean he manages to get out, but no, he doesn't. CoraL is going to pick up the kill, as there is Mistletoe, and he's going to pick himself up the double kill for the base defense. And it's not over yet. Phoenix Ascension still have a little bit of fire left. They still have a little bit to give back to Solari, and Titus is the only one remaining for the side of Crescent Solari. And you have to wonder what the hell is going on with both teams. Both teams seemingly get a lead and then throw it all away for the sake of trying to end or trying to force things. You know, Reddy could have just waited for the wave to come in, used it to help take the one tower and then back off. But no, he went under with the GA. AJ, don't spoil, please. Because we are nowhere near the end of this game, I feel. And with the mid lane inhibitor down, it's time to see what Crescent Solari can do with that constant mid pressure. Elder 2 minutes and 50. Baron 5 minutes away, but all gone. And God, what even is happening here? I'm not even too sure. Now, I've not had time to even discuss builds since the rush locket on AJ's Nautilus. But we see Thormel, we see Force of Nature coming out for the Braum. I guess to try and help deal with the Vex damage. Nothing much else really is a surprise or a shock. Maybe the Wit's End on Gnar, a more carry focused Gnar. Oh no, there was no problem with the locket, it was just the fact that you completed it so early. Because you had 4 kills at the time. But it'll be now interesting to see what's going to happen, how the teams opt in this sort of downtime to set up their wave states, but set up their lane assignments, who goes where, who has what priority where, and what can happen with that. So CoraL has been spread out on a ward. So Crescent Solari now know it is a 4v5. CoraL Does have that ultimate, though. Can come in. And there's a lot of pressure being exerted by Phoenix Ascension. They are... Oh, wait, no, never mind. They have Baron, and they... I said the Baron. No one had it. Never mind, the entirety of Phoenix Ascension have it. Tier 2. Going the way of Phoenix Ascension. And sorry, there's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Just manages to dodge, and Lisk is going to flash forward, and he's got to find himself the ultimate onto Mistletoe, and this is going to be the fight that probably ends all the fight. The Lisk is going to fall, can't give out that DPS anymore, and a big double death charge by AJ. Von Bartesers finds to shut down onto Gino, and Titus is going to come out with a big stun, but I don't think that it's enough. It is not, and Crescent Solari are going to lose this game by the skin of their teeth, and it is... It was such a fantastic game of League of Legends. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And honestly, I just cannot wait for game number 2. What a scintillating game of League of Legends that we have just witnessed here today. Oh my lord. I actually need to go and get myself a drink because that was actually incredible. Okay, I will be back in a moment. Give me one moment. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. We got into the draft a little earlier than I anticipated, I must admit. But still, I did manage to go and grab myself a nice little drink. So, we will be looking at draft as Hecarim is banned away. There we go. And it seems like the same bans are going to be followed through. Because if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know? So the Jinx and the Akali are going to be banned away. And the Hecarim and the Akshan are going to be banned away for Crescente Solari. Now, I assume that they're not going to... Or they're going to look to ban the Kai'Sa. Because that was a bit of an issue for them. Dealing with that Super Turbo Engage. But no, it's not. It's the Veigar. So, Crescente Solari. By the way, the exact same stuff. And Phoenix Ascension banning away. Same stuff. So, no real change. I'm going to assume that Phoenix Ascension are... Well, Crescente Solari are now debating whether to take away the Kai'Sa or the Nautilus. But it does leave them open to counter picks. So, but, looks like Crescente Solari going to opt for the Xin Zhao. Yeah. Xin Zhao locked in for Crescente Solari. They obviously thought that Xin Zhao was a little bit of a nuisance for them, so they want to either take it away, didn't want to ban it, also give it to Reddy. And Reddy can see how he is now on a meta jungler. You know, Viego was in the meta. He still is in the meta technically, but he's not as strong as he used to be compared to Xin Zhao, compared to Hecarim. That sort of stuff. As Phoenix Ascension do pick the Scion again, Von Bartelsson is just extremely good at this this weak side top Scion gameplay. As the Scion and the Nautilus are locked in, so the Scion-Nautilus combination are going to stay with us in this game. Maybe Titus is going to look towards a different champion in the top lane to deal with this Scion. We will see, indeed, if he does, or if he doesn't, no, he's going to pick the Gnar, so the Gnar is going to be picked again. We will see what is picked for Crescente Solari's final pick before the second ban phase. We'll see what it is, and it... Ooh. Oh, okay. It's a Taric lock-in. So I think that is in anticipation of a potential Kai'Sa pick by Phoenix Ascension. So picking the Taric does deny the all-in, because he can use the ultimate, but Kai'Sa can burst down. Can burst down before before that light gets to the target. So whether, yeah, Kai'Sa locked in, extremely. I mean, a good decision. I mean, if it what's broke, why fix what's not broken and they haven't taken it away? So the Ahri is going to be banned by Phoenix Ascension. And the Jarvan, also banned by Phoenix Ascension. So we are now going to see what the final ban is. Wait, the Jarvan also banned, did I say by Phoenix Ascension? No, sorry, I meant by Crescente Solari. Sorry, that's my bad. I'm not focusing at all, really. Keck. Caitlyn now has been banned. Denying Caitlyn Taric. And it seems like the Victor is going to be the ban for Crescente Solari. And it is locked in, it is the Victor ban. We'll now see what Phoenix Ascension opts to pick for the fourth pick. Whether they... I mean, realistically, they should just pick the jungler here. But what they pick, I do not know. And it is the Volibear. Volibear is an interesting decision. Pretty interesting decision. I think the Volibear's okay. And is Xayah locked in for Crescent Solari? Oh god, I really don't know. I don't know what to think. It sort of went from like a, you know, what was happening last game where you could sort of discern what the compositions are going for. I mean, Phoenix Ascension have obviously gone for the big dive composition, and their mid laner now is looking to lock in Cassiopeia, which I don't really agree with. I don't agree with the Cassio. I'm not really feeling a little bit of Cassio here, but Cassiopeia is locked in nevertheless into the Rise matchup. And yeah, I really don't know how to feel about either draft here. If I'm being brutal. I feel like both teams had a like an idea of how they really wanted to play the video game. And yeah, and you will hear the background noise of the draft happening. But you will not, Mayachi, you will not. But yeah, it seems like both teams really had like an idea of how to play the game, of how they wanted to play the game. Like Crescent Solari first picking the Xin Zhao, then following it up with the Gnar and the Taric as well. Like really basically just prioritizing sort of this survivability type thing. And then with the final two picks, like, you know, Gnar, Xin Zhao kind of want to go forward with what they want to do. You know, Gnar wants to be aggressive, fill up that rage bar. Get that rage bar and find that big 2-man, 3-man Gnar. But then they pick Xayah and Rise, who want to kite backwards. And Rise can go forwards. Don't get me wrong. Xayah and Rise can go forwards. They definitely can. But denying Xayah a good setup for her feathers is extremely rough for the champion. It's extremely hard to play the champion in that sort of sense. And then Phoenix Ascension, I mean, they're a little bit better because they have 4 champs that follow through with kind of what they were looking for at the start of the draft. You know, Scion, Nautilus, they did it last game. Good dive. Kai'Sa as well, got that killer instinct, can jump into the back line, find those picks, find those kills, and then Volibear as well with the ultimate, and then Cassiopeia. I'm not sure where the Cassiopeia slots in here, personally. But that's just my personal opinion. Obviously, the players themselves have an extremely better feel of what they want to play. What they want to play. And how it should be played in the context of the game. So, as much as I'm sat here going, oh, I don't understand why this has been picked or why this has been picked, the players clearly understand why it has been picked for them. And they have opted for these champions because they feel like it's good for what they want to do. Therefore, I am not, you know, going to question anything here. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, this is a bad pick, this is a bad pick. It is just a case of that, obviously, Terrelur, Lisk, Gino have wanted these champions, and they've picked it for them because they've wanted them, and that's how it should be. That is really how it should be. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly where that tirade was going. But still, nevertheless, we will see what game number 2 holds, because I was going to say this, but I wasn't too sure. Like, my mind wasn't too made up on it. Oh yeah, Paul. Thank you. You will see Firefox again, new tab. Oh wait, sugar, wrong thing. Oh, sugar, there it is. Who will win game 2? A Crescente. Now we'll put a 2-minute poll out now. It's only 2 minutes, because there is only 2 minutes left of the spectator delay. So it's trying to not let you see as much as what happens in the early game, whether there's a cheese or not, as possible. But after the way game number 1 went, I must admit that my loyalties do lie with Phoenix Ascension. Crescent Solari did have some pretty standout moments. You know, the comeback in the mid-game as soon as the timer hit 30 minutes. They all decided that they wanted to play the same type of League of Legends, but then it kind of crumbled again towards the later stages when 1 or 2 players got picked off. So my allegiances now this game do lie with Phoenix Ascension. They also got 2 high priority champions in the Kaiser and Sion for themselves. Oh, I forgot to ask Miyachi if you could do me a massive favour. I'm not sure if you're still watching. Can you ask Mistletoe if he wants to be called Mistletoe or if he wants to be called Fulminare? Or AJ. You can do that as well. Did any of my earphones fall out? Nope, they did not. I could get an answer as to whether he must be, because I will go this game if I don't get an answer. Calling him Mistletoe again. Until I hear otherwise, we'll call him Mistletoe. And Phoenix Ascension has won the poll this time. I'm going to assume that Ioria, you want your vote to go to a draw. Again. And honestly, a draw is not a bad shout here. Just purely because of how these games have gone so far. And my PC, I'm gonna compliment my PC here. My PC is straight banging, because normally what would happen is during game 2, always before game number 2, my PC would crash and it would get overloaded. But now, it always seems to be relatively okay at handling streaming, which is really good. So I will turn up the audio a little bit and hope for the best there. And again, never mind. Say that, but this is not my PC. This is the don't know why I'm doing all that. I need to quit and reopen. But so sorry about this, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about this. We are a little bit technical difficulties again with the spectator. And we will try and get in as soon as possible so that we can get into game number 2 of Crescent Solari versus Phoenix Ascension. Phoenix Ascension, just for a quick catch up, or for anyone that did not witness game number 1. Verstappen just won. Not won, sorry, Verstappen just took the lead. Oh, almost did a Jeddah 2021 there. But still, nevertheless, for people that did not catch game number 1, Phoenix Ascension did manage to take the win with a bit of a scrappy game. Bit of a back and forth tug of war style game.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
We now see Crescent Solari already have got those defensive wards out, defending against the invade. And I must compliment Gino. Gino, you are a man of good taste. You're taking the lethal tempo Zaya over the new Summonary lethality build, which a lot of pros have been doing recently. And you know what you're doing. But anyway, it's the early game. Not going to expect much to happen in this mid lane. It is Ryze versus Cassiopeia. As there's the hook line onto AJ. As Mistletoe and AJ do have the same target. There's the auto Q. And Gino already down to nearly 1 HP, probably 2 HP. I'm going to use one of the potions to help himself back up. He's going to really need Power Spike's healing. To help himself sustain in this lane. There's the Void Seeker. As AJ is just dancing in front of Power Spiked and Gino. Feeling obviously quite confident after the laning phase and how he went last time round. But we see ready to come in for a gank here, as there's a leap forward by Titus and stun again. And this is the same thing that happened level 3 last game, but Bombard's assistance did take a little bit more damage last time round. So it's going to be interesting to see what happened as Lisk finds himself an extremely nice trade onto CoraL. CoraL going down to half HP. Thanks to that trade. And it is good hook by AJ there. There's the flash stun onto Gino. Gino's going to be forced to flash there. And there's the root by Gino. Mistletoe on the front line. He's taking a lot of the damage, but not enough. He's not going to flash away, but double flash now burn on the bot side, as Lisk now could potentially find himself in a little bit of trouble because he's standing on the miasma, constant poison. But CoraL managing to get out with 1 HP. Lisk still winning that trade extremely fine and viably. And then I should say extremely fine and healthily, not viably. I don't know why I said viably instead. But AJ Styles now here. Miyachi now here. There is a flash auto on the horizon. There's the auto. There's the E. There's the slow. And there's the kill. Miyachi on the volley bear picks up first blood. Plus 400 gold to the side of Phoenix Ascension. And there's AJ's first roam. Something that he was known for, I believe, on World Regenesis. Just being that absolute nuisance on support, not letting anyone breathe, no matter what lane you're in, top lane, mid lane, bot lane, you ain't breathing against this man when he has his supports. And Lisk, the victim of AJ's roam. And honestly, I must admit, the Formula 1 is just as gripping. So there is split focus. I'm so sorry, guys. It's not the highest quality casting, but it's the best that I can do. If I open up a second drink... Oh, that was nice and loud, wasn't it? Gino, gotta try and thin out this wave, set up the freeze, recognizing that the low health bars does mean that he has to keep one extra minion alive to keep this freeze alive. Ironic. Really. And it does leave them. It does leave Phoenix Ascension spot lane in that little bit of a danger zone as Ready XD is now going to come in. The winds become lightning. Are they going to connect? Yes, they are. And he's going to go straight. And Ready's going to go straight on to AJ. But AJ's going to use that hook mechanic out. And he's going to manage to find himself a way out there. Ah, yes. Man, I wish we could. I really wish that we could, because then I would have a second caster. Yeah, but unfortunately we can't. I'm sorry, Matt. And Max Verstappen takes the lead, but nobody cares because we're here for the League of Legends. And Von Barter Cercinus gonna get Barter's gonna get put down underneath the tower, and here we see now Crescente Solari are going to look for the fight. There's a big miasma ground onto 2. Ready XD is going to get stunned up as well. He's going to be forced to smite the Drake early, but it doesn't matter. Mistletoe is going to find the kill onto him. Fantastic petrifying gaze from CoraL, just managing to isolate 2, and Ready XD falls by the wayside. No Drake for Phoenix Ascension after that pick, and just opening up their gold lead. Opening up their gold lead account a little bit further. 800 gold now. And Titus on the top side being a very lane focused top laner right now. And I think that is worth it for them. For Crescente Solari. At the moment, just purely because they need some form of gold from somewhere, and if it doesn't matter if it's in the back pocket or not, it's gold nonetheless. You can see now just Gino looking to try and shove in this wave. Bringing the root back. Mistletoe being rooted up. Miyachi is gonna get contested at his blue. Not Phoenix Ascension, sorry, Crescente Solari, despite being down in gold and despite being a little bit behind right now, they are looking for aggressive plays, which is what you like to see. Keep the game on a flip. Why not? And Titus keeping that freeze going. Miyachi was probably going to look for the flash stun, but couldn't find it. Lisk with the fantastic EW for the root. Does stop that gank in its tracks. And now Miyachi is going to look for the top gank. The pings are going down. Bombard Cercinus is going to lure Titus in to the fight. And Titus now, there's the ultimate from Miyachi. Isn't going to hit the somebody. He's going to get the flash for the Gnar. The Rise is coming in as well with the Xin Zhao. Maybe Bombard Cercinus is going to fall here. There's the root. There's the airborne. There is the kill. The Scion will fall, and it's they're now on the board. Are Crescente Solari. Big collapse by Lisk. A fantastic realm warp straight to the fight, ready to help Titus. Now Miyachi and CoraL Probably going to look. Maybe Lisk is going to get the blue, but no, he's not. He's going to die before he even gets anything. CoraL picks up that kill. The Blast Cone was used. Miyachi is now on top of Reddy, but there is the Crescent Guard by Reddy, just to try and deny that damage from CoraL. And I think Miyachi was forced to actually flash out of that over the wall. The only way he could have got over the wall is by using the flash and utilizing the flash. And this is a very action-packed early game. Why did it have to be? Why couldn't it be quiet? So I could watch the end of this fucking race. But Titus now is going to find a nice stun and a good stun lock onto Bombard's Ursinus. The pings are coming down, but there's no way in for the Xin Zhao. There's the boomerang toss. The boomerang blade, I should say. No, boomerang toss, isn't it? As there's the ultimate from Power Spite. Gino forced to flash away. Does not get that Taric ultimate down. Power Spite just fighting 1v2 without any form of damaging runes. Hang on, I'm just going to watch... Sorry, guys. I'm going to watch the last lap, because the last lap is the last lap. But never mind, Miyachi is giving me other plans. As now there is a big fight. As Reddy falls extremely low, but so does Bombard's Ursinus and does Miyachi. Maybe Titus could dive this if he really wanted to, but I don't think that he can, as Gino gets killed, and this is going to be a nice double kill for Fierce Ascension, is it? Or is it not going to be? Where's the Void Seeker? Is it going to come out? No, it's not. Won't be enough. The heal for Power Spikes will be probably enough to keep him alive. And there's the first turret. And Max Verstappen wins the Jeddah Grand Prix. I know nobody cares, but I do. Max Verstappen won. There we go, I can turn off the Formula 1. I now know who won. I can focus on the League of Legends. Honestly, I'm not sure, Matt. You know, Taric... I'm not sure why Taric didn't have his W attached onto Gino, I must admit. Not sure why Power Spike did not have the W attached. So it may have been on cooldown after attaching it to Reddy for a potential gank. It may have been attached onto somebody else for a potential gank. And that gank never came. Never surmounted to anything. But 4 kills now, but still a gold lead for Crescent Solari thanks to that extremely early tower in the top side. And they do pick themselves up a Mountain Drake because Titus has been unleashed onto the map. And it is a... It is a very close affair in this game as Gino now. He's going to try and use the QE combo, but that's only good with the lethality. Only does good damage with the lethality. As the pings are going down. There is vision there. There's the ultimate onto Gino. Gino does not have that Featherstorm. There we go. Now he's going to use it. And will he be able to do a lot of damage? Yes, he will. Mistletoe has been shredded to absolutely half HP, but Power Spiked does not matter. Power Spiked can't survive. Doesn't have that Taric ultimate. And Bombardus Ursinus is also going to fall. And this is just, well, it's a 1-for-1, sorry, as Power Spike falls. Bombardus Ursinus is the trade-off a little bit. But AJ Styles and Mistletoe now, they're going to come together. They rush, they charge in by Reddy for the Wind Become Lightning. Does actually miss, but Gino manages to pick up the kill onto AJ Styles. And now Reddy falls as well. There's the Flash Miasma by CoraL, and he's going to pick himself up a stun onto Lisk. And Lisk is going to fall, and it's a double kill for Mistletoe on this Kai'Sa. And, you know, they saw the damage the Kai'Sa did last game in the early game. They saw how Mistletoe piloted this Kai'Sa, and they still gave it over. And now 4 kills and keeping up in CS with Gino on the Xayah. You know, it is a bit of a questionable decision not to ban it, especially after game number 1. But maybe they thought that the Xayah Taric could deal with it a little bit better. And that is a completely fair assumption with the Featherstorm and the Taric ultimate. But Miyachi has just been proving that really leaving Sion on that island, not really being present, is extremely worthwhile. As there's the root, there's the stun, there's the airborne. Titus, can you move? No, you cannot. And he falls as well. 8 kills now, 1,000 gold lead generated by Phoenix Ascension. And this is just a brutal basically combat. It is just a slugfest. As AJ Styles now is potentially going to find himself a hook onto Reddy, and he does. There's the hook, there's the root, there's the ultimate coming in from Miyachi, and Reddy falls as well. And I'm not sure whether there's tilt, whether there's something going on, but Reddy is being caught out quite a lot from Miyachi, and there's the flash stun onto Power Spike. Doesn't even matter that he's Taric. There's Gino. Gino's going to use the Feather Storm. Fantastic use of it. Dodges the Petrifying Gaze, but there is the Noxious Blast. Going to land, and there's the Void Seeker. Got to come in with the Killer Instinct. There is no Feather Storm for you this time. And this is just a absolute slaughter by Phoenix Ascension. They're just picking off people left, or they're just picking off Crescent Solari left, right, and centre. And there is not really much the Crescent Solari can do in response in terms of kills. They can look for map pressure like they did with the top side, taking that top tier 1. But that's just giving Sion really a safe way to farm, or even if they decide to send Cassiopeia or Kai'Sa up to the top side, they can set up a freeze, they can get some nice farm in, and really not be challenged, and it's very hard to challenge them. As Mistletoe picks up the red buff for himself. Almost the same level as the mid laner is Mistletoe on this Kai'Sa. Just shows you how impactful he really has been at AD carry this game. And you know what? Even though I say, why did they not ban the Kai'Sa? I really like the fact that this is taking me back to like Season 8, Season 7 vibes, where it was just Kai'Sa, Xayah meta, and it makes me happy to see. Because I love watching games like this, the big team fights, the flashy stuff going on, where you sort of don't know what's going on. You can sort of pick out who's the big one. And there's the flash forward by AJ. They're going to find themselves the hook, but it does not matter because Reddy was waiting in the wings, and there is the Taric ultimate, but it's not going to find anyone else other than Reddy, but it doesn't matter. AJ is the preferred person to kill. Reddy's going to dash in. He's going to miss the stun, but it does not matter. Lisk, is going to find that kill there with the Realm Warp back behind CoraL, forcing him into a situation where he had to fight or die trying, and he chose the fight and die trying option, and it just wasn't. It just didn't work. And both AJ, CoraL, a little bit over aggressive, not confirming where that Zinzao was, and getting punished for it. Now, Miyachi, Mistletoe, Vombarta, Cercinus, what can they do in this 3v5? As there was a flash forward there by Lisk, but he didn't manage to hit the EW. There's the ultimate from Miyachi into the backline, but Mistletoe is on his own. The airborne mid-dash, and there's the flash forward by Reddy. Does manage to get the damage down. Sion is going to fall as well. Miyachi's left in the 1v5. CoraL coming in with the TP, but it doesn't matter. As CoraL manages to finish off Titus, Vombarta, Cercinus just dealing as much damage as he can in the backline as AJ Styles coming around. But CoraL is not going to do anything, and Lisk is going to find the kills. And in these team fights, Crescent Solari are really just popping off, absolutely demolishing Phoenix Ascension, but I'm not particularly sure why they went for that fight. It was indeed a 3v5, and actually a Featherstorm enforced out, but never mind, AJ Styles is going to go very low. There's the, oh wow, there's the hook ignite, and it's going to potentially, nope, it's not. One more turret shot would have done it, but it did not matter anyway. It was just not enough. And Crescent Solari back in this game, just thanks to a categorically awful decision by Phoenix Ascension to fight that. Like, why are you fighting that? I'm not too sure. I completely agree, Doc. Completely agree. A big throw there throwing away their lead. Now actually at a nearly 2,000 gold deficit. And as we can see here, the gold, it's not looking pretty. Lisk has a lead on CoraL. Gino has a lead on Mistletoe. There's just leads sort of everywhere other than in the jungle for Crescent Solari. It's even in the support role. But interestingly enough, Tarek opted for Even Shroud. When I am willing to go on record saying this, I fully believe Tarek E is the hardest ability to hit in this video game. And I fully believe that, and I will die on that hill. I believe it is. I think its angles are really weird, it's really funky. Yes, it does have some crooked hitboxes, but overall, it is one of, if not the hardest skill shot to hit in a video game. Which also has a big cooldown on it, and you're also putting down, basically throwing your life away by charging forward with your E to try and hit a stun off, especially during laning phase. But anyway, enough about Tarek. Even Shroud, interesting pickup for the Tarek, not going for the Locket or Shirelia's Battle Song. Opting for the Even Shroud. AJ Styles opting for the Locket. Kraken Slayer for both AD carries. Everfrost and Leandries for Lisk and CoraL respectively. Gore Drinker and Divine Sunderer for Reddy and Miyachi respectively. And Trinity Force and Sunfire Cape. Not much different from last game for either Titus or Von Bartus Ursinus. So we now see the vision control. I mean, again, Crescent Solari. I think I said this in game number one. Sorry, in the first series that we had today, which was AMX versus the Firelights, which is that the little wins that they get. Like, I mean, that was a pretty big win. The team fight from Phoenix Ascension that they decided to opt into 3v5, and it just gives them so much vision around the Phoenix Ascension red side that they sort of know where Volibear is, and they can sort of track him now. And tracking where that Volibear is such a key factor to how Titus, to how Lisk can play these side lanes, to how far they can charge up without with knowing who's following them, who's being followed, or who's going with them. Such a big advantage to have. Because, as well, it helps these side laners not get caught out. Helps Crescent Solari set up their own picks as well, because they will obviously have denied vision at the same time as gaining their own vision. So, very big win for Crescent Solari. I mean, I'll see Lisk just trying to put down a Von Bartus Ursinus, but Von Bartus Ursinus just using that Scion Shield. It's going to be enough to soak up all that damage. There is the TP coming in from Titus. They are planning to fight for this Ocean Dragon. It is Ocean Soul. It is Ocean Soul Point. Soul. It's Ocean Soul Point. So it's the point before that they get the Ocean Soul Point. AKA, I just overcomplicated that by saying they could get their third dragon. So they are TPing in, and they are going to look for this fight. There is the decimating charge by Von Bartus Ursinus, but it's not enough, and he's tanking up so much damage on the front line, but it doesn't matter. Tarek coming in, and is he going to find himself a nice invincibility? No, he is only onto Ready, though, and then the kite backwards, it's coming in. Mistletoe still fully healthed up. Ready XD is going to fall. Miyachi is going to get healed up. I'm not sure how. Gino did flash forward to try and find that. There's the flash by AJ Styles away. And in the end, it is a 1-for-1. There's the flash forward by CoraL, but there's the route onto Mistletoe. The hook is just going to fall short and both teams disengage. But Phoenix Ascension, the better positioning on the Drake, do give themselves time to complete it. They are going to allow Miyachi to pick up a couple of fruits. But there it is. Ocean Drake going over to Phoenix Ascension. Whether they can find themselves a pick or not, they do not know. No, they're just going to look for the base. The big team fight only results in a 1-for-1. Von Bartus Ursinus for Ready. And again, a thrilling game of League of Legends. Both teams just wanting to team fight, really. And this is what I love about these two teams. They are not afraid to team fight. They're not afraid to just go in. Like, look at Von Barthes, and it's just using that decimating charge. I don't even know what it's called. No, it's Unstoppable. Let's find out what it's called. Let's find out what it's called together, guys. Unstoppable Onslaught. There you go. I think Devastating Charge is hecker him. Unstoppable Onslaught, he's not afraid to use it. He just pulls the trigger straight away. He just recognizes that, you know, there's 2 or 3 people grouped up, pulls the trigger straight away. Yeah, it wasn't the best engagement to get him killed practically straight away. But still, he wasn't afraid to pull that trigger, and he pulled it. And he saw the opportunity to. And that is what I love about both teams. It was Andy. Shut up. I know it was. Shut up. We're here for League of Legends, not Formula 1. As AJ now gonna potentially get caught out, and he actually does get rooted up by Just Gino, but Miyachi is here to cover for his support. And there's the unstoppable onslaught from Von Barthes. There's the hook, but it's straight into 3-man stun for Tarek, and Zaya picks up a double kill. Now Gino is stunned up, and there's a big 4-man stun actually by the Scion into the cover of an unwarded bush, but it does not matter. All the damage sources for Crescent Solari are completely up and available, and 3 of them are going to go for the Realm Warp. There is Passback using that Tarek element just a little bit late, but nevertheless, as Lisk is going to get stunned up, and he does have that Thimble Winter. Noxious Blast just a little bit too early. But this Tarek now proving his worth. AJ Styles hitting the hook onto Tarek, but Tarek then hitting a big 3-man stun that the entirety of Crescent Solari just went in on. And you know what? I'm not afraid to say it on cast. I am very much looking forward to the Crescent Solari voice comms of week 2 of CoraL League, because I want to hear the absolute ooga booga ape that was screamed during that, because they were looking like they were all disengaging from that fight, and as soon as that 3-man stun comes in, I can just imagine them all going absolutely crazy, just screaming at each other just to turn it around. But in the end they did. Now Titus is here, gonna use that boomerang toss, not gonna find Turiller, but Turiller is gonna leave himself a ward, or gonna leave it, no, sorry, AJ is going to lead the ward in the middle of the lane and find out after they clear the wave which side of the map they're going to go to. See whether Crescent Solari are threatening Baron or not. And indeed they are. They're just going to do it. There is a blue trinket. It has been taken. 6k. 5k. Unstoppable Onslaught on the way. Von Barthes is just going to be basically a human ward for his jungler, but it doesn't matter. Miyachi is taken down way too quickly. But Phoenix Ascension to do anything, and Von Barthes goes down as well. Ready XD with a double kill. He's feeling himself a little bit. He's charging forward. He's not going to focus on the Baron, but there we go. They do go for the Baron, and in the end, now the Realm Warp is coming in. Noxious Blast. There's no miasma, but that's a big Petrifying Gate. He does manage to pick up 4 from the Realm Warp. Mistletoe is going to use the ultimate, and there we go. Gino has fallen, and Power Spike is on the double. AJ's going to fall, but Lisk is there, and he's going to fall. Big 700 gold shutdown off to Mistletoe. Titus going to come forward. There's the exhaust onto the Gnar. Gnar is going to wait, and there's a big Gnar, and it's going to be enough to find the kill. And Turele managed to get stunned up by Titus as well. It's not a clean ace for Crescent Solari, but it's an ace in the team fight, and Titus just managing to survive on 1 HP. But the Baron going down, only 2 members have it now. Ocean Drake 30 seconds from spawning, and I am gonna need a break. I'm gonna need a break at some point, guys, please. There we go. The Cassio was indeed very, very good. You know, just caught out 4 of them. I wish we had an instant replay feature, but just Petrifying Gaze. As soon as as soon as the Realm Warp spawned in with the 4 members, Petrifying Gazed all 4 of them. It was honestly such a shame that Miasma was not available, because if that has Miasma there, that has just an absolute turnaround written all over it for Phoenix Ascension. But nevertheless, Crescent, we're not going to live in a what if world. We're going to live in what's happened. And Crescent Solari have just taken their third Drake of the game. They are now on Ocean Soul Point, and that's going to be very big, especially for how these team fights have been playing out. They're very long. They're very elongated. So that Ocean Soul kicking in, giving them that health regen all the time, or constantly throughout those fights, is going to be critical if they want to be able to survive just a little bit longer. That Taric, maybe the Zin's out, just to survive that a little bit longer and give them that little bit of extra damage, then a little bit of extra time to survive for the Taric ultimate, survive for the Xayah. It's going to be big. It's going to be a big one. And this is going to, and you know, and I'm pretty sure that Phoenix Ascension do understand the risks associated with allowing Crescent Solari to get this soul, if they do. They do want to just say, look, let's give over the soul and let's contest the Elder. They should understand that the risks associated. As Titus now leaps forward, he is the one with the 2-level lead. This game, because it did actually happen to Titus last game, in which he did get 2 leveled. As Vombatis had 2 levels on this Gnar. And we now see potential trap as AJ just managed to get rooted up by Gino. And Gino, I mean, Gino's hit the Infinity Edge. This is such an incredibly scary Xayah for Phoenix Ascension to have to deal with. And they don't really have anyone with the range to deal with her. If Gino is left to get off those lethal tempo stacks and get that extra range, this is going to be an extremely hard Xayah to shut down. Taric with the healing and the ultimate. Zinzao as well with the peeling. I mean, extremely hard Xayah to shut down. But Miyachi, you don't do the same damage that you do in the early game, my friend. He's got to try and pick on Lisk, but Lisk is just doing so much damage back. And Titus is going to use the Gnar, I believe, to just shove Vombatis Ursinus away, so he doesn't manage to get that Q. AJ coming up to try and support his top laner, not lose this tier 2, but in the end, it is going to fall. It is going to go over. And Miyachi now is going to find the stun onto Reddy. Reddy's going to use that Crescent Garden. It's a big shutdown for CoraL. There is the Unstoppable Onslaught, and the Taric is going to use the ultimate, and it is going to manage to connect onto 3, and there's a big blade call, and Miyachi is going to fall. And there's the Petrifying Gaze, but it's going to connect onto none. Mistletoe is going to dive forward, and there's the Exhaust, and that's going to be pretty big. Mistletoe is going to fall as well, and Gino is still alive, hardly touched. Well, I say hardly touched, he's half HP. But nevertheless, CoraL, the only one standing in the fight for Phoenix Ascension. AJ Styles managing to find himself the recall, but it's not enough. Pings are going down left, right, and center. And it is looking like Gino now on this Xayah has just reached that breaking point, especially with the Taric on top, that Phoenix Ascension can't really do much to him, and it's a very scary time for Phoenix Ascension. But Lisk, Titus on this side lane, and Gino in the mid lane. AJ the only one left. He has to stall out for potentially up to 10 seconds, but can he do that? There's the big root, there's the hook back, the locket has now been used. That's a big cooldown, that's a big shield to lose during the fight. The Realm Warp away by Lisk and Titus. But the inhib in the mid lane gone, reduced to atoms, some might say, as Gino manages to pick that one up. Now, Ocean Soul 10 seconds away. Phoenix Ascension really in no position to contest it. They're not setting themselves up accordingly. The pings are going down onto the Baron. Miyachi is taking the control ward there, but oh, the dragon has just been absolutely slaughtered through. Miasma, big cooldown to lose. The fight is going to happen soon. You can just sort of feel it, can't you? You can feel the tension rising. It's going to be for Baron. Or is it? Yep, as Crescent Solari just... Oh no, maybe not. Gino is looking for the recall. See what he manages to purchase with that, and he just buys straight up a GA. And that's kind of the death seal, I think, for Phoenix Ascension, because they are going to manage to get off the burst, but then onto what? The GA is going to keep that Xayah alive and in the fight. And that item alone, I think, has kind of... Well, no, I guess not sealed their fate, because if they manage to pick off Gino and literally Crescent Solari are in a legitimate no man's land, then Gino is dead, and they can potentially turn this game around. Nevertheless, Miyachi is looking to do the exact same thing that I said, but onto Ready. He's going to use that Crescent Gun. It's going to go. There's a depth charge onto the Xayah, but it's not enough, and AJ Styles is going to fall very low. The Locket behind Solari is not going to be enough. Gino picks up one kill. Is he going to pick up another? He's going to pick up the double kill. Tariq, onto all 5 members. The Gnar onto Terry. He's going to find the stun, and Tantus is unstoppable. He's going to pick up the kill onto the Cassiopeia. Mistletoe is trying to do the best he can for kiting. Gonna use the shield. There's the Zhonya's, but it's not enough. There's the stun. Disconnected from the game midway through, and it seems to be over. Bombatus Ursinus, the last man stand against the world, but he's not going to contest anything. Crescent Solari take game number 2, and it's a 1-1 draw again for Phoenix Ascension. And I believe Crescent Solari also tied their last game. And that is it. So, 1-1. 1-1 draw. But honestly, fantastic gameplay for both teams round. Absolutely fantastic gameplay from both teams, and it was great to watch. Doesn't matter how hard you win, it was a good. Doesn't matter how hard you win, as long as it was a great watch. As I need to turn down the intermission music. But yeah. GG everyone. A fantastic game to cast, especially solo cast. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing an IAR. You can no. Ioria, you can. You when you next come back and do your next cast, you can do it. There you go. But yeah. Phoenix Ascension, Crescent Solari, 1-1. Another big ocean game. I think it was... You can correct me if I'm wrong, because you're both available now. This is the rematch of the finals of last season, right? Or did the finals not go ahead because Crusade... Because I know Crusade sort of collapsed in on itself. Yeah, true. True, Fulminare, pretty true. But 1-1 in the best of 2. Yeah, pretty much. In the River League, it was all Noxian Crusade and Solari. In Ocean League, it was all Noxian Crusade and Solari. But yeah, that was an absolutely fantastic game to watch. And you know what? There's going to be no poll. I am going to be... big man. And I'm going to say MVP for Game 1 was Fulminare. Also, Fulminare, I'm actually going to turn off emote only mode. I'm sorry, AJ. I know you redeemed it. Do you want me to call you Mistletoe, or do you want me to call you Fulminare? Because just for warning, if you rewatch this back, I called you Mistletoe throughout the entire cast. So if you don't like that, watch it on mute. Oh, right, okay. But yeah, I called you Mistletoe the entire cast. But I'll call you Fulminare from now on. There you go, back to emote only mode. But yeah, so MVP for game 1, Fulminare. MVP for game number 2. Oh god, that's hard. Because Titus had some I'm sorry, AJ. Titus had some really good engages on that, and he didn't. And in both game number 1 and game number 2, he didn't. And Titus didn't really put a foot wrong. It was just kind of unfortunate what happened. For from Titus's point of view. So, but it is based off the game, and it's based off how they played the game. I'm gonna give it to Gino. The 280 carries get the 2 MVP votes because Gino came up clutch when it mattered most. So I'm gonna give it to Gino. But MVP, I'm gonna do a third one now. MVP for the series, Titus. Titus, you can have actual MVP of the series, and you may want to know how does that work? Because MVP of the series incorporates both games, because there can be games that are just, external factors affect how it looks like you performed. But MVP of the series is Titus, MVP for game number 1, Fulminare, and MVP for game number 2, it is Gino. So, there will be a vodcast, I think, tomorrow of River. It will be 2 River games. It will be NSG Niflheim. I know that's a really weird name. Versus Potato Esports. And then it will be, again, Potato Esports. They will be making... Oh, sugar. I just dropped my earphones. On my earphone case. It will be Potato Esports versus Girl. So that will be interesting. Definitely to watch. So, yeah. I have... I know, I'm not the best caster, but thank you very much for dealing with me for the past 2 hours. It's been Atomica, and yeah, I will see you when I next stream, I guess. Ciao for now.